for the final game of this series. It's going to be, well, I'm not going to say who it's going to be, but it's going to be the ace player for Media and the ace player for their opponents. Obviously, it's gone up to 100% CPU usage again, but I think it should be fine. Okay, so everything is ready, basically. I'm just going to quickly load up the overlay again, but either way, Rapid is joining me once again, so I've effectively killed esports, but Rapid is here to save it.
That's true. I'm not here to destroy, but to build up. So we are hopefully ready to go with this game. It's totally going to be worth it, by the way. So
it is. It's going to be a really good game. Yeah. I'm just quickly reloading the overlay, but while I'm doing that, we can always go into the game, although I haven't introduced the map, I guess, but that's fine, we'll figure it out. Thank you for the host, Medinho. Let's actually quickly load this up. It's almost there. We're very close. This is the first time this has ever happened, and it's the worst possible timing, but you know what, it's all good, because we are going to move on to our fifth and final map here in the ace match between Media and bwL Life. So let's have a look at the map. So you may have seen it recently in the Moo Pro League, has been in a various amount of other tournaments as well. I think it was in one of the SSLs, maybe one of the ASLs as well, but can't be too sure, I can't really remember. But it did spawn from the 2012 TVing OSL, and it's a very fun map.
That's right. So it's besides being a fun map, I just want to get to the players, and I think everybody else want to know who's playing as well. It's Nyoken and Herbmon, and so these guys are super. They won their games for their respective teams. Herbmon's win against G5 took us to the ace match. It's super sick, and I can't wait to watch them play on Neo Ground Zero.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. So let's head on over to the map and let's get started with our fifth and final game of today. Okay, and starting us off here in the bottom right-hand position, we do have the Teal Terran fighting for Media. It's going to be Nyoken.
Oh, I was supposed to introduce the opponent. In the bottom right hand, or in the bottom left hand corner in the orange, this is Herbmon, whose H I definitely did pronounce this time. And I'm actually really excited to watch this. We got a chance to see ZVP, but this is a ZVT between two players that are obviously playing very well right now. I was talking to Herb right before he played these games, and he was a little bit nervous, but he won his game versus G5, which is what he was kind of stressing about, and now he's here against Nyoken. But of course, Nyoken's super solid, plays a lot, and I can't actually wait to see what happens here, because this should be really good. Because also, Ground Zero is not the most standard map, but it's also definitely not the weirdest of the ones we've had here. So this shouldn't actually throw our players off too much.
Yeah, now the one thing about Ground Zero that is different from a lot of the more standard maps is there is a very wide choke at the natural. Makes it a little bit harder for Protoss to wall in, but it's not impossible. This was a pretty good map for Protoss back when it was in the OSL, and it was in the following season of Pro League as well, as was most of the OGN maps, but should be fun to see Nyoken play on this map as well. He's probably, well, it's very possible he has played this map, unlike the people playing Plasma, but we should see a lot of games on this in the STPL. I think we're going to see a lot of varied matchups as well. I don't think we're really going to see one race coming out here all of the time.
Yeah, another thing that I when I was a minor trivia, or not trivia, trivia point is that there was I believe an original stock StarCraft map also called Ground Zero. I remember playing on that when I first got the CD for Brood War. It's like, hey, I can play on this, but this is not that Ground Zero. It's substantially better. Were there any of the stock maps for StarCraft that were actually like playable? Like I mean, like a competitively?
Lost Temple.
Well, yeah, but even that didn't last for very long.
It, it was the standard for quite a long time if you think about it back in the day. Like, it
Yeah,
was...
okay. I guess that was actually true. That was very back in the day.
Yeah.
And then we got good map makers, thankfully, so we can all be a little bit happy about that. Yeah, I actually kind of forgot about Lost Temple. I that dark
Was
patch from my memory.
was Dahlia of Jungle a stock Blizzard map, or was that
Was
a...
it?
I
Was it
don't know.
really?
I don't actually
That's like
know.
an old school WCG map, right?
Yeah, I can't remember if that was a Blizzard map or not, but if there's one person around, I don't know if he's in the chat, but Drone, I'm sending an SOS out to you, man. If anyone knows, it'll be you. Either that or Age, because Age played back then as well. He actually... The funny story with Age, that's IRK Age, in case you don't actually know, the captain of IRK, he did actually play Vanilla after 1998, so... Him and his bunch of friends were some of the only people still playing Vanilla once Brood War came out, and he got pretty heavily involved on it. There are a few maps that they couldn't play, because obviously Brood War did add a couple of tile sets and things like that, but they played it for quite a while afterwards, and he got pretty good at it, but he did know everything back then. He was one of the like, big names, well not big names, but he was one of the people with a lot of knowledge from that era as well, so... if there are some people in the chat from those era, or from that era, if you can hit us up with, maybe tweet us, or like say in the chat some of the old Blizzard maps that were using competitive play, but that was a long before my time.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. And let's actually talk about the game for just
Yeah.
a second. Nothing actually crazy. That's why we were like just kind of bantering about maps and stuff. This is like the most standard start from both players. Although we do actually have a lair on the way, so a 2-hatch lair coming up for Herb. So, oh wow, yeah, I just saw that 3rd hatch pop. It's like, wait, where's that hatchery? Yeah, so 3-hatch, a lair on the way, and the SCV is actually in the base right now. So Herbmon definitely needs to kill this off. Does so right before this lair pops, and that, oh, I guess it's about halfway done, but that means that it's going to be a little bit harder for Nyoken to know what's coming.
Yeah, and I mean, Nyoken's doing a pretty good job here. He's sending out his first 5 Marines. He knows there's not that many Lings at the moment, and it looks like he's going to be able to catch this Overlord. This would be a very, very big pick-off in the game, and he is most certainly going to get it. That Overlord in the worst position possible. And that's not
Yeah.
only going to delay Herbmon's vision, but also give Nyoken an incredible advantage moving into the end stages of the early game here.
All right, well, this is going to be, yeah, like you said, a big advantage. And back at home, what is under construction here for Nyoken? He's just now putting up a bunker at the front. He does have a few Marines out, but and it has just now started +1. So he is going to be going for that kind of style. But wait, I'm sorry, what did you say?
He said also he's also just got Stim as well, so that's going to be...
did it just now finish? Okay.
No, he just started it, sorry.
Okay. I don't know why I'm not just like... This is what I get for like being the morally upright person I am and disabling the production tab.
I just clicked on the Academy.
Oh, well, you mean you're actually just basically aware of what's happening in the game? Wow, okay,
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm spoiling it.
Big
Oh,
humble
damn.
brag.
Yeah, because I'm doing
Okay,
the
anyway, back
observing,
to the
I
matter
click
at
on a
hand.
lot of things, so that's just how I do it. Gotta click on the things, man.
Okay, well, I'll work on that. In general, that's a useful talent to have in Brood War along with making carriers, so I'll work on that one.
Yeah, now we're gonna have Herbmon take a very quick 3rd base here in the top left corner. Now, funnily enough, Herbmon he's not actually seen his opponent's base yet, so he did send a single Ling in, will know that there is a command center, but doesn't know what's going on behind this. He can't guarantee that it's not mech, he can't guarantee that it's not 2 Port Wraith behind this. And now Nyoken's actually adding on his 4th barracks, going to be adding his 5th barracks on soon as well. And that's going to be very, very important for him, because Herbmon has added his Spire, his Mutilus should be finishing up pretty shortly. And we're going to head into the mid-game.
And away we go, Kix. Away we go. This is about the fastest I've seen the mid-game kind of hit at this point, but I'm I'm very happy to see what this kind of looks like, because with the mutas just now starting to pop, or I guess not just now starting to pop, but probably soon to be headed out across the map. Yeah, I want to see how many turrets Nyoken really commits to. Looks like he's got 2 in the main and probably 3 actually at the natural. but I don't know if they're in the best positions to stop 9 mutas from hitting.
Yeah, there's also not any turrets on top of the barracks, so if Herbmon can use this control properly, this could be very powerful, but there we go, we do have the first stim. It looks like range hasn't finished yet, it's almost done, checking the academy. So these Mutalists in a pretty good position at the moment to try and take down some of these medics. Oh, and that was a big volley.
Yeah, stopping a couple of Marines there, forcing out a little bit more of that medic energy, and all I'm trying to say is that the longer that we go on here, the more that these mutas are kind of like on a timer. Let's see, is this it's full control group of mutas right now. So either you send them into the main and try to snipe off some weak turret placement, which I think is the best course of action, or you try to bop this bio ball and then really, really put Nyoken on the back foot.
Yeah, no, it looks like he's going to try and come in with the Lings at the same time. He's going to get the medics! This is such a huge pick-off. Nyoken needs those medics, and he's already lost 2 of them, and Herbmon doing a great job already at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, wow, Herbmon is actually killing it, and by it, I mean kind of Nyoken. So Nyoken is really going to be kind of put back, and you know, this is the +1 timing you're going for. This is 5 racks build. Like, this is where you actually want to get out on the map and start like trying to pressure hatcheries and force sunkens and stuff. And he's being kept kind of back in his base by just this one control group of mutas.
Oh, this could be a big engagement.
He's sacking a bunch of the mutas, but the Lings are actually doing so much damage to the bio on the ground. And actually, it looks like all the Marines have died. The mutas actually survived with like 5 alive. And oh my god, that was so huge for Herbmon. He reset the bio numbers? That's so gigantic.
That's a big, big move in CBT. If you can reset that bio ball, suddenly the Terran momentum is completely stopped now. Nyoken, his macro's been pretty good. He's got another group of units heading out, but he's going to have to be very careful. And you know what this has done? This has bought time for Herbmon to get his lurkers at the 3rd base. And he's actually building them just... Oh no, there we go. The SCV is going to see it. So Nyoken shouldn't be able to kill this 3rd now. This is a big, big moment for Herbmon.
It actually was. Now, keep in mind, there's still a very scary ball of bio headed up to the upper left-hand corner. So that might be kind of hard to deal with, but there's 3 lurkers, so that can just defend for a long time.
He's not burrowing. He's not burrowing. These are cadency lurkers.
No, Herbmon, no. Not like this. Scan on the lurkers, splitting the bio. Oh, no. Tragedy strikes at the worst possible moment.
Unfortunately, Herbmon's cadency lurkers just catching up a little bit too far there. And here we go. We do have a bunch of Lings, but the Marines in a very good position at the top of the ramp. Nyoken actually building a bunker. He wants to try and secure this position, but there's a lot of Lings and a lot of Mutalisks, and he is going to be able to clean this up.
Wow. Okay, so Herbmon can now stop hyperventilating. That was a very rough position to be in. If maybe that bunker gets up at the top of the ramp, maybe crazy things start to go wrong, but like losing those 3 lurkers, that is a heart-stopping moment. So very, very happy that Herbmon doesn't just like lose the game straight up from that. That would have been a little bit of an overstatement. But the idea is that he took a big hit, but he recovered. So all right.
Yeah.
Good.
Back home, Herbmon as well doing a very good job with his tech. Defiler Mound up, Consume coming up as well. Obviously he's going to have a... Well, not obviously, but he's actually going for a Greater Spire as well. Now, Nyoken still has a lot of bio. He did have his medic count reset twice, his bio count reset twice, but he's still here. He's still got a lot of units to pressure the front. And Herbmon hasn't burrowed his lurkers again!
Herb, come on! Come on! Oh my god, okay, there they go. They burrow, but the scan is still here. Scan will run out, but not before the lurkers do. And with them going down and the Nidus being killed, that's it.
Oh, poor Herbmon. He was doing such a good job, but unfortunately, Nyoken striking at a critical moment where the units weren't ready for Herbmon. I mean, the Nidus Canal was ready, but it was in a very forward position. There was only 2 Sunkens.
Yeah.
And that's going to give Media the win.
The +1 5 racks, man. To Herbmon's credit, he actually played the early game very, very well. He might have sacrificed a few extra mutas early on, but he saved his 3rd base. He's looking good, but he just kind of forgot that at any point, the +1 5 racks player can just teleport 35 Marines into your natural, and you need to be able to defend. That's like the Protoss that are just like, well, I mean, one cannon defends against a lot, right? Uh, no, my dude, you're gonna need to hunker down and get ready for that. And Herman wasn't. So, GG, congratulations,
Yeah.
Nyoken takes the ace match and will give Media the 3-2 win in this show match series.
Yeah, now of course the stats don't actually matter too much in this one. This is going to be just a show match, but it is a good look at how well bwL are actually looking heading into round 3. Media looking very strong as well. Now Media had a strong performance in round 2, did get caught off a couple of times by some of the stronger teams, but Nyoken and Machine and G5 as well, really showing the result of all the practice they're putting in, and it's going to be really exciting to see them in round 3 this time. Same with bwL as well. Good to have them on board. Now, there is one more thing, of course, that I can announce, which is going to be what the playoffs are going to be. Obviously, people, if they've already been watching, will know what this is, but basically I'm just going to show them up on stream anyway, just in case people aren't too sure, and I'll just explain when they're going to be played as well. But either way, that's been great fun to see that show match today. Of course, huge thank you to you for coming along with me once again on this journey. And just,
I mean, what am I realistically going to be doing at 6 a.m., Kix?
Sleeping, but you never know.
Hell no.
But yeah, that was a great show match. Like, possibly the best possible usage of the maps that I could possibly see in a show match in that first series. So I'm going to give you the props as well, because we had 3 show matches to show first, and you did pick Media versus bwL, so good start to the week of Brood War. Of course, STPL is going to be back on Wednesday and Friday, but just to have a quick look, the 2 semi-finals for round 2, it is going to be the round 2 playoffs this Sunday. So the first semi-final is going to be Red versus NetWars, and the second is going to be Seoul versus White Clan. Now, I do have the lineups for both of those, but I'm going to post them. I'm going to post the thread to them a little bit later in the week. But they'll be casted next week at some point, so likely going to be Wednesday and Friday, possibly Monday, Friday, I'm not too sure yet. But either way, they should be 2 great series. They'll be played on Sunday. And then the next series we do have coming up on Wednesday and Friday is going to be a mix between, depending on obviously what order we decide to cast them in. It's another 2 show matches. Going to be the same maps, same place as well, but it's going to be, as I lose my own thread, just because I want to end on a high note, but it's going to be our other 2 new teams, so we're going to see, okay, that's week 2, we're going to see IRK versus Valhalla, which is VT for short, and DM versus MSJ. Now DM, unfortunately, a little bit of a thing happened, so they didn't show up, but NetWars did step in, so we're going to have NetWars versus MSJ and IRK versus VT, so that should be a lot of fun. Once again, huge thank you, Rapid. Hopefully you can go and get a good night's sleep afterwards. Obviously it's quite late for you now.
I will do my best. Thanks for having me again, Kix. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Now, of course, if you are tuning in and you do want to see more STPL action, you can head over to my YouTube to see all of the previous games. There is over 260 of them on my YouTube now from round 1 and round 2. That includes the round 1 playoffs, the round 1 group stage, the round 2 the round 2 group stage. The playoffs haven't happened yet, and these show matches today will go up there soon as well. So thank you once again to all the people who have tuned in. If you do want to watch again, hit that follow button as well. Tune in when we're watching. Maybe if you can retweet any tweets that get sent out as well, that'd be quite useful. And obviously everything's announced on Reddit if you do miss it in TL. So huge thank you to everyone who's tuned in. Huge thank you to any donations to the prize pool and whatnot for the end of the SCPL. And of course a huge thank you to the players, as without them the SCPL wouldn't be possible. And if you do see them streaming, do catch their streams. I know there was a good number of people that played today that do stream, so I think Castle streams, G5 maybe streams, I'm not too sure, but Future, Noke and Machine, Herbon, not too sure about Manners Man, but a lot of other players do stream, so if you see them, do check out their streams, do hit the follow button on their streams as well, and show them your support. So once again, huge thank you, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good evening, night, morning, weekend, afternoon, wherever you are, and see you guys on Wednesday. Ciao.